Oh, hello, I didn't expect to see you here.
Our history class was just handing a project.
So what was your project about again?
Well, he said I could hand it in on Tuesday, as it wasn't finished, but it was just about the shawls and stuff.
Right, well, you'll have to excuse the mess. Your dad's coming out later to help me with this mountain of boxes.
I brought this to you, Gran, so you can have some music while you unpack.
Oh, that's lovely. What is it?
It's a speaker. You attach it to your phone and music plays.
Oh, that's great. Oh, thank you. I only hope I can get it to work. How about a nice cup of tea and a bit of shortbread?
Sounds good.
Hello, Gary. You'll hear today. Oh, I hope everything works out this time. Fingers crossed. Just to let you know, Laura turned up to help. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye. You seem a bit out of sorts today, Laura. Is there anything you want to talk about?
No, nothing.
Really? Nothing at all?
Well, we've got this history presentation, and our teacher's rubbish. It's all Mum talks about and it's boring.
Oh, sounds a bit like me when I was your age. I've got something interesting that might help. Do you want to help me get it up? It's a bit heavy.
I suppose so.
It's a projector. I was going to watch an old movie that means a lot to me.
Right, okay. So what's it about?
Well, let's set it up and I'll tell you all about it. It's a film, The History of Paisley. It was made by my art teacher, Faulkner Houston, in 1965, and it was called My Paisley. And the girl in it is 15, and the girl is me.
Really? I never knew you were an actor. You've kept that one quiet.
I know, get a chair, darling. So how does this thing work?
Here, just like this. Gran, I think you'd like this.
Ready?
Ready.
Look, that's me in the blue coat.
Paisley's not changed much.
Well, that bit hasn't. It's about a girl going to the museum in Paisley and she's inspired to find out about the town's history.
Sounds a bit boring.
Well, just watch it and see. Now that's the curator at the museum.
What's he looking for?
He's looking for the Paisley history book. So what happens is I read the book and I find out about the story of Paisley. This bit's about St Mirren, the patron saint of Paisley.
There's a statue of him in front of the church.
That's right, St Mirren is really important because he brought Christianity to this area. I think he must have sailed up from the islands up the River Cart.
You're doing a good bit of acting.
That's nice. Don't miss the next bit.
Oh, I know where that is. That's the Wallace Monument in Elderslie.
Do you know who William Wallace is?
Don't be daft. Everyone knows who he is. My primary school was named after him. Is that supposed to be a young William Wallace?
Yeah, it is,
A young Mel Gibson?
We wish. What you may not know was that he was taught by the monks in the abbey. He was eventually defeated and the English burnt down the abbey in revenge.
Really? So how come it's there now? I was only there last week.
Because it's been rebuilt several times actually.
Oh, I know this bit. It's Marjorie Bruce's stone. She was King Robert the Bruce's daughter. She was galloping along on her horse and fell off and broke her neck. This must be the bit where that happened.
She was pregnant at the time, and apparently the monks did a caesarean section and delivered the baby. Her son was King Robert II, whose lineage goes right up to the present royal family.
They must be praying for her. But she died anyway. Why did they go to the monks instead of the doctors?
In those days, the monks were some of the most important people in the community. Paisley Abbey was one of the most important places in the whole of Scotland.
That's it. She's dead. But the baby survived, so who will look after it?
Oh, there would be plenty to do that. After all, it was a royal baby.
So that's her.
Yeah, that's her lying in Paisley Abbey.
Actually, I've seen that before. I never realised what it was. Gran, do you still have that coat?
Well, maybe. Do you know, I might know where I parked it. Oh, quick, get a cloth. Do you want to see the rest?
Why not? It could be my history project.
Oh, good idea. Let's continue.
What's happening? Are they going to kill him?
It's a complicated story. King James IV had a role to play in the killing of his father, King James III. And this scene shows him seeking forgiveness from the bishop at Paisley. He wore a metal belt as a penance, which had to be made bigger as he got older. Luckily, James IV was one of Scotland's best kings.
It's amazing. I never knew Paisley had such an important history. George Street, just around the corner. Oh, is the horseshoe set there to protect Paisley from the witches returning?
Well, this is a dark chapter in the story of the town, but it was happening all over Scotland. These so-called witches had probably done very little to deserve their terrible fate.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, I'm glad you didn't get knocked down, Gran. I've been there with the school, Tannahill's cottage. The Paisley poet who threw himself in the canal. He must have been very depressed.
It's a shame. He was a good poet. He was upset about his girlfriend leaving him and about his poems not being published. All very romantic. We should be proud of our town. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
What's happened? Where's the film gone?
Oh, all over the floor it seems.
Wasn't me.
Well, we better wind it back on then.
Here, let me help with that. Is that an old Paisley pattern shawl?
When the world thinks of Paisley, they think of the Paisley pattern. Shawls made some people in Paisley very wealthy.
Dad's still got his Paisley pattern tie. Whose house is that, Gran? It looks grand.
I can't remember, but it shows wealthy Victorian ladies in their Paisley home. Nice costumes.
Is that Barshaw Park? Is that the Mile End Mill?
No, Laura, that's Fergusley Mills. Did you know that at one time this was the biggest factory in the world?
What, in Paisley? That's amazing.
The story is that Coates family invented modern cotton for sewing clothes. When I was young, every cotton reel had the Coates chain logo on it. That and Clark's Mills sold cotton thread all over the world. The Coates were fantastically rich, and they built many of the historic buildings of Paisley.
Where's this, Gran?
Can you read the sign? It says Robertson's. Now, Robertson's made jam. You can still get it. It's got stripes in the jar.
I had it this morning on my pancake.
Let me guess. Strawberry?
What's she doing?
She's testing if it will set.
1865. Do you think that's still in your cupboard, Gran?
Don't be so cheeky. Oh, they don't make shops like that anymore. That shop's gone now.
That's the town hall clock. You're late, Gran. Some things never change. That's you giving the book back. Just been watching this film. Gran's in it.
Go ahead. That's the Roots factory. They made the Hillman Imp, a unique wee car. Some say better than the Mini. Quite advanced for its day, with an aluminium engine and that. They made the Hillman Avenger and the Sunbeam, and then they shut the place just like that in 81. Thousands lost their jobs. You know that Proclaimer song, Linwood No More? That's about the Roots factory, and all the other factories in Scotland closing. It seemed everything was closing, and there was nae hope at all. A bleak time.
Aye, that's true, but we'll pull through, you know, just like we did after the war.
That's the Hillman Imp.
That's Faulkner, the filmmaker.
Whoa.
That's Shortridge.
No, I think it's Ferguson.
Brown and Paulson. Aye, that's no longer around either.
What's that, Gran?
It's a pudding. It's like a creamy jelly, a custard.
Sounds awful.
I liked it. School dinners.
Oh.
Your mum would be interested in seeing this.
I don't know if it's what she'd be interested in. It's not old enough or important enough.
Laura, don't talk like that about mum.
This is great. I'm really enjoying it, Gran. You look so young and stylish.
That's it. The end.
Come on. We need to go and collect your mum for work. And I'll be back round tomorrow morning to help you, Mammy. You go ahead. I need to get this.
I don't know what it is.
Hello? Really?
Excuse me, I think you dropped this.
Oh, thank you.
Hello. I wasn't expecting you. You haven't been here before, have you? Well, welcome to my office.
It looks like the same one in the film.
What one? What film?
The Office. It was in an old film with Gran in it. Or at least it looks like it.
This office was in a film? Oh, that sounds interesting.
It's an old film about Paisley. My mum was in it. She was only about 15 or so when she made it. She looked great.
I'd like to see that.
So you shall. I'm going to do it for my history project.
Oh, excellent idea.
I've got some news for you, by the way. Got that job. Start next week.
Well done. I knew you could do it.
Well done, Dad. Awesome. This is a presentation about the history of our little town. A famous little town which helped bring Christianity to Scotland and the wider world. A town with royal connections. A town with poetry and patterns. A town of industry and intrigue. A town we can all be proud of.
worth a fortune these days.
No,
Collector's item.
should close and everything.
Yeah. How did it go?
Not so well. I got an A.
Well done.
You wee beauty.
Brilliant.